Brycey, what you doing? What you working on, bud?
You're
drilling out what? The plug welds?
Yeah, plug welds.
Plug welds? And what? Well, we got to cut them out.
So we can separate it and take this part out.
Yeah. And then we're going to replace it with a new floor, or what are we going to do?
Yeah, we got a floor over there. We're going to replace it.
Got a new floor?
Yeah.
New floor assembly? Okay. All right. All right, let's get it done. All right, I got these grandsons working, humping, trying to teach them how to weld and how to drill so I can get this thing built. Cheap labor, I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, so now it's time to break out the plasma and let's get... Okay guys, so let me show you where we are now after getting the plasma out, starting to cut the floor out. Okay, so went ahead and the floor was basically here, this section. I cut this out here and cut out the full tunnel back up to here just to give me some space to work. You can see I had to kind of butcher these torque boxes out in order to get down to the, the next level of metal to cut out here, both sides. And when I got to this point, it became clear to me that I've got all of these various brackets that go with a Fastback, here, here, again, all these brackets that weld to this floor section. And so what I'm thinking, I went online, I can check a bracket kit for a Fastback, which covers several brackets here, it's close to 300 bucks, and that's really more than I want to spend. So I'm going to try to delicately, drill out these spot welds, remove these brackets that are on the floor, and transfer those over to the new floor, because I really don't want to spend the money when these are really in very good shape. It's just that they're going to be kind of a challenge to kind of cut all these welds out and maintain their integrity. Back here, I'm going to keep this bracket, so I'm going to leave it welded to this panel here, remove it, drill out these holes here. Maybe I can hit them with the grinder and try to save them on both sides. This one I've got to be careful with on this wheel well when I go to cut with the plasma. And I've got full inner and outer assembled wheel well, so eventually I have to get this bracket. Being that it's only on one side, I'm thinking this is the bracket where you've got the lever to swing down the back seat panel. There's a few brackets that have been taken off by the previous owner, I can see, and what I'm thinking is I hope that I've got them in a box somewhere. The previous owner was very meticulous about removing parts and putting them in plastic bags and labeling them. I'm going to go ahead and start drilling some of these out. Once I get these all out, Then I'll come back in and start cutting the floor back out again. So what I did is I took those brackets off, brought them over to my bench vise and did a little bit of grinding, cleaning up. So I've got the floor pieces here and I've just kind of laid out the brackets. I've got dimensions that I pulled before I took them off the existing floor. Just kind of like you see there. And you know, the floor already has a spot there where it makes it for the factory easy to put them on. So they've already kind of got a layout spot there on both sides. But I did take dimensions, you know, basically from the center out to each side. And then, you know, these other two brackets here. I haven't looked underneath this floor pan yet, but on my other car, I had to take these off the existing floor. These are the emergency brake cable brackets. And so I need to see if they are already on this floor over here. And if they're not, I'll have to take these off and weld them on. So again, those are for the two emergency brake cables that go to each of the rear wheels. And then from there, you know, when you pull the emergency brake, it cinches up there. So I'm gonna take a look underneath this floor pan and see if they're already there. Tell you what, that's just a little bit harder than I expected. You know, I used a combination of my air chisel, obviously the plasma cutter, and then I took my cutoff wheel and worked a few spots. And I'm gonna tell you what, I guess you can chalk it up to me being an amateur. But anyway, I got the majority of it out here. I'll do some cleanup here maybe tomorrow, but I'm whipped. Let me show you what I've got done here. We got a mess in here, right? You know, first you have to work your way around these torque boxes, and that's no fun. And then, you know, working my way up the side, kept the material there, maintained the divider piece so that I can attach it to the new floor. And, you know, I had my jack stands right in the way of where I needed to cut this piece out to get it to fall. And then I had to run a cut down the middle so I could split it in 2 pieces to get it to fall out. But yeah, you can see I was a little bit careful back here. I've got to gingerly do a lot of cleaning back there to cut that piece off the bottom of the taillight panel. And then those drop down panels, I want to get those out of the way. I've got to cut, chisel all these pieces off, grind them smooth, get them clean, you know, weld prep them. And I'm going to keep these on the inner. I'm going to cut the outers off, I believe, is what I saw. Some of the other fellas, Peterson Restorations, I watched him. He basically kept these interior pieces, I think, so that he could at least line it up with the new floor. And then later, I think, replaced it with a full inner and outer wheel well. All right, well, like I say, I'm about whipped. This thing, you know, the previous owner, I think, had done a lot of sandblasting on it. So I'm just, you know, I'm just constantly hitting sand everywhere in every nook and cranny of this car. You know, when I split out those rocker panels, again, they're just full of sand. So if he'd ever completed the car as it was, I don't know that it'd have rat's nest in it, but it'd definitely have plenty of weight from the sand. All right. Well, mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned. Man, that's tough on the back for an old man. All right. Let's call it quits for the night, and then I'll do some cleanup tomorrow. I think we'll end this episode right there. I'm not sure which episode number it is, but look at the thumbnail and keep track of me that way. Listen, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope this is entertaining, if not instructional. And, you know, if it looks like you guys want to get out and do this kind of thing, you know, leave me a comment. Give me some, I could use some encouragement. Anyway, I appreciate what you guys are doing watching. Subscribe if you enjoy what we're doing here. And next time me and Roxy get out on the road or get out here in the garage and do some more garage therapy, y'all come go with us.